Hey, hey guys, it's Susanna Heasdale here. I'm back again for part 2 of the fox. I'm just realising just how big the head is. It's quite big. So I'm still going to do the other eye, but I'll do that with you a little bit later. So what I've done is I've pre-sewn and turned inside out the arms and legs. So it's pretty easy. These are the bits that I've got. You got these bits that you put together, start there, and you sew around. I've already sewn one, so one of you, that one you get as a sewn one. And so that you do the same with the arms and legs. With the arms, it's sort of got a bit of an angle. Where is it? I'll get there. So when you do so, you sort of sew down and around like that, and then rather it goes across. So yeah, it comes out when you turn it inside out, it sort of looks like that, because that's going to be how it goes into the body. Now, for some reason, it must have been the way, that's why I ended up with 4 lots of arms and legs. In the actual picture, you're supposed to get one that's going one way and one that's going the other way, but my arms, my legs and arms seem to be going the both ways. So pick whichever one that you want to show, whether you want that at the front and then the floral on the arms. So I'll see. I mean, you still see them, they're at the back. All depends. I mean, I really do like that, but I'll just have a look whether it's too full on. So what you do when you turn it inside out, also with the arms, and this is the tail as well, I've when it's round, just on this bit here, did a couple of snips in the snippy part, and I think I might have done it in here as well, and on the edge. So do tiny little snips. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so what you do when you turn it inside out, you pull open bits like that, push down, grab your knitting needle or chopstick, whatever you've got, and then just push it over. Okay, and then pull it off and go around, and then go back in with your knitting needle and just sort of round the edges off. And with the arm, don't forget to poke that little bit out. So I'm going to choose whether I have those for the arms and legs or those for the arms and legs. I'll see and it comes to the body. Now with the body, it's got little points there and there, so I've just sewn from there to there and left a gap here, and then sewed down from there to there. You don't sew the bottom because you've got to put the legs in. So what you do is, what does it say? You turn it. You sew down with the arms inside. Okay, so what we need to do, we've got the arms that go in there. We need to stuff the arms. Then we put the stuffed arms inside it, like in there, and then sew that down, so that way the arms will be stuffed, and then you turn it inside out. So I've got the little fox on the front. I might have that as the front of the body, so I might need to keep that in mind too when I'm placing these, that's going to be at the front. Actually, it'll probably be that way because I want those arms showing. So yeah, they're so pretty. I do like them. Okay, I might end up going with these on the front because I really like this fabric for the front of the legs, and then these for the arms, I think. Now, I did the same thing with the tail, did a bit of snipping around, or have I? No, I did it on one side, but I haven't done it on the other. Just a little bit of snipping. It just helps when you turn it around and stuff it. Now, this is going to be a really easy one to turn inside out. You almost don't need the knitting needle, but I use it anyway to when I straighten it out on the other side. It's more for this part. Okay. The piece that I've got for the tail, for the, you know, the winner's one, is got a couple of pieces because there wasn't quite enough of that, so it comes like this, but you got a little bunny and stuff on there, which in the actual pattern it is patchy, but I just wanted it one piece, but I got a matching colour. So now, yeah, the tail is rather big, but I think they've made it that big because I think it balances it and helps the fox to sit up. So, bit of a weird shape, but oh well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to stuff the hands. So, just going to get little bits, especially with this. Sometimes it pays to get the bigger end and push it down. Yeah, because we don't want them too thick. Because they're quite skinny and long, so it takes a little bit of a different technique to do those. So the same technique will be used for the arms and legs, and the tail too. So I'll show you how I do a little bit of this. See, it's got a bit of a flatter bit, so it's going to push it down the bottom a little better. And then I'll turn it off and proceed to stuff both the arms, and then I'll come back when we got to sew in the body just to show you what you need to do. Well, there goes my heater. So at the end of this video I will show how I stitch the eye, so, and then we can stick that on. I'll try and not make it too long. Do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Doesn't take as long to do this as it did to do the head. It's really huge. But I suppose that's the cuteness of it. And it's a bit of a funny shape. I think it angles down like that. So they always look different in real life than they do when you do something. So just, you know, push it down fairly firm in there. For the person that gets the other pack, I mean the other bits, the shapes have been cut out already, and I have sewn one of the hands, I think. So, you know, you'll have all the shapes, like the body shape and everything, because you'll need, I can't give you the pattern because it's from book, but everything will be cut out, ready to go in the right shape. Okay, but for everybody else, this can be just a good technique to show you what to do when you need to you know, stuff, and you know, some techniques on how to make life a little bit easier when you're creating some stuffed animals, especially, you know, the ladder stitch and the turning the things inside out, because you try and do that without a chopstick or a knitting needle. It's quite tricky. And also use the smallest, when you're stitching, use the smallest stitch, because you really want it to be tight. It goes under quite a bit of pressure. When you're sewing teddy bears and all that, it's fur, so it's a lot thicker, whereas this is just cotton fabric, so you really do want to have a stitch that's not going to come apart. So there you go. See, I get a little bit bigger towards, you know, once I'm starting to, oh, got to blow my nose, you know, get it a little higher up, but the smaller pieces you go in the end, because you sort of don't want it to be, so you want it to be even, not unbulky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it, and I'll finish stuffing these, and I'll come back when I put it in there and show you what needs to be done. It's most of the work's in the head, really. It's not such a big piece. Okay guys, we are back here again. I've fully stuffed, look, fairly firm. If you want to give it a bit of a roll, and so you get it to that point, and then I put in a pin in there just to hold it down. So I'm just showing you the last bit that I'm going to do, because you always need more than what you think. So I'm going to put this last bit in, and you're thinking, my goodness, how's she going to fit all that in? But you do need it. Yep. Stuff it in. You're better off being too full than not full enough. So sometimes you just need to stuff and twist. Okay. When we get to this bit, we sort of need to have a little bit up in here, remember, because it's got that part. So this is where we get the other end. Okay, and we give it a bit of a twist, push it down. This is why you definitely need a plastic one and a thick one, not a metal one, because the metal one will go through the fabric. Oop. Now it's going to want to insist on coming out. Just push it down. There we go. Grab the pin. Put it in that way. Okay, now so they're like little sausages. Now I'm just going to see which way do we need to put it in order to have I'm coming out the right way. So I think it might be that way. So I want this way showing, so I will put it that way and then put it in here. So we're going to get that little flat bit. This will be okay once we've got it through. Okay. Now, get the pin. This will be an easy one for it to slip, so you've got to be really careful. It is a good idea putting the arms in, but just gets a little bit tricky, especially when you've overstuffed it like I have. Okay, what I might do is push it down again, pin it, and then I'm going to get another pin and pin it in to there. There we go. While that pin is still in there, I'll grab another pin. You've got to really make sure it comes through. You don't want it not to all come through. Okay. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that has caught. I'm hoping. Just going to check. Yeah. So I might even grab a second pin just here to hold that. Okay, same goes with this one. Okay. Well, it's turned in. I think I might have done it, knowing my luck. So when you turn it the other way around, yeah, I have done it the other way around, but you get the idea of what I want to do. Okay. So I do have to put them this way if I want it to go in. There we go. Probably all yelling at the camera. There we go. There we go. And then hold that in. Really hope it all goes in. There we go. Now I'll grab a second one there and then take out that one. Okay, well, what we need to do now is go to the sewing machine and sew that down and then turn it inside out. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, now that was actually really tricky. I tried doing it on straight stitch and then zigzag, and then when I turned it inside out, it still hadn't 100% caught. So, hang on a minute. So what I might do is turn it, get this, because you still got to stuff this. what I might do is turn it inside out again. See, it didn't quite catch that part and that part. And also took out that extra little bit of stuffing to give me a bit more room. So I might go back and I might just hand stitch, like grab and hand stitch, so it just grabs it in a little bit more, because I really don't want it to, it got most of it, not quite just the end bit. So yeah, and I wanted it to be, oh my goodness, I think it's going to end up being that way, because it seems to be twisting this way. Oh my goodness. And the fox will be on the back. So I really wanted these with the pretty little daisies to be at the front. It still might, I don't know. It's got a little bear there and a little fox. So we got the fox on the head, so that's not so bad, but we'll see how we go. So I'm going to turn that off, pause it for now, and then turn it off, and then I'll, you know, hand stitch. It's only just a tad, so just that little bit didn't catch, and that little bit there. So yeah, it's quite tricky because it's bulky and you've got to sew it, so nothing is easy. So I'll stuff that, and then I'll stuff the legs, and you'll stuff the body, and then turn this like that, like once I might even iron that now before, you know, and then you would put the legs in, and it says to hand stitch it down once the legs are in. So you probably stuff all the way up to about there, leave that much. I'll show you anyway when I stop it. So I'm just going to hand stitch, try and grab it. Yeah, it's not easy. The extra little bits, try and grab some of those bits. Or the other thing I could do is leave it the way it is, stuff it, and then maybe do it, you know, grab it with some ladder stitch, because it's mostly caught, and then once it's being stuffed, I can pull it in a little bit more. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, well, I'll be back once the legs and everything are stuffed, and the body is stuffed, and that too, because I think you put in that at the back when you do the legs. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back again. It was really bothering me. I had another look at the pattern, so I put it out, and I'm going to sew it from that corner, because they look like they're really stuck right in. When you have it here, when you see them, they're sitting right in. So I'm going to have it so they're sticking right out. Okay. Like this. Sorry about this, guys, but I want it to look right. Don't want to have these dodgy little arms that aren't sitting properly, and I'd rather have them in. Sit that down, and there we go. Almost go to that little point there, grab that in there on the bottom, so that's sticking out. So we've really caught it. So get the pin there, and then get the bottom. Make sure that's pulled right out. Yeah, see, there's the bottom of it, and make sure that this bit here is caught in. So it's looking a bit scraggly, and then I am going to see if I can do it with the machine again, but if not, I might do it by hand. Okay, there we go. It's caught a little bit more of it. go back over on the machine, make sure that it's coming right up and out. There we go. Same with this part, up and out. So I think that is the way to go. Better to catch too much than not enough. So I'll do that on that side and the same on this side. Have it sticking right out. Pushing this down. There we go. It's always the way, isn't it? Better be safe than sorry. So I have these bits coming right out. And making sure that they've caught. There we go. Because you can save yourself a lot of hassle. I just don't want them coming off later down the track. So this is the best way. Put it on the top. And then make sure that that bottom bit is out. Probably hard for you guys to see, but there we go. Okay, so even then, this is the bit I think that's going to be the trickiest. It's like the armpit. Oh, sorry guys. Well, you get my drift. I'm going to sew it anyway, so I'll be back. Okay, well, this is where I'm up to. So I'm going to be stitching. It's still, even with me doing it, I didn't quite, it's being a bit of a pain. So I'm just going to, look at the size of the head. It just seems huge. But anyway, I'm going to continue stuffing. I'm just going to fold, I just folded that down over the edge there with my fingers. And in there, that's where we're going to be. So I'm going to continue stuffing both the feet. Move this out that way. It just keeps unwinding all the time. And the tail. So in the next episode, I will show you. I think it's got in there that you hand sew across. See, you hand stitch across. You pin it, hold it down in your hand stitch across. So I will show that, and in the next episode we will do the stitching of the eye. So and I'll show you how to do over the nose as well. So I thought I'd better pause it because it's taking long enough as it is, and I will catch you in the next one. So 3-parter. So yeah, he's just obviously top heavy. Huge head. Okay guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.